Hello, hello, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are. I am Dale with Realvolve, and today we're talking about planning. We're going to go over a 52-week plan, a client appreciation plan. We're going to talk a lot about planning in your business, about being prepared. And I have with me today my good friend, Jackie Egan. Jackie is a team leader and real estate agent and coach, and lots of we discussed last time how many hats you wear. Too many hats.
Too
So
many
Jackie,
hats,
say
lots of
hi.
fun hats.
Say hi.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Dale. Thank you for
Hello.
having me again. I love coming and visiting and having our share time before and after, of course. But yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about. Well, it's funny because I started out our conversation before we came on the broadcast on talking about planning, and the oftentimes fact of planning is not being very planful. What happens when you don't get those plans taken care of that you have really good intentions of doing. So I myself got caught on some other projects where I wasn't following through and keeping my plans in check. So
Happens to the
we'll talk
best of
about
us,
that.
doesn't it?
It does, yeah, it sure does. With every intention you have, it happens. So we're all human, so we're all fallible, two and two here.
So one thing that I always admire about you is how good of a job you do at staying in touch with your past clients, and that's what we've spent a lot of time talking about on previous webinars. So anybody on the presentation here today, if you haven't seen them, look for the past webinars that we've done on client appreciation events, on Pop-bys, dropping gifts off and little appreciation gifts, I guess,
Yeah.
for your clients. So take a look at those. And today we're going into this broader topic of the whole 52-week plan, which we have not seen from you before, and this is really exciting. So I have that up on my screen here. So we're going to be talking a little bit about this. We're going to be talking about your the haunted house bag, since Halloween is coming up. So we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. Where do you want to start today, Jackie?
Well, I think why don't we just start a little overall about our approach to staying in touch through a variety of activities that we base off of our 52-week plan. I think it's important for, a lot of people gravitate towards one way or another of staying in touch with people. And even, truthfully, some people don't even, it's not their thing. Some people don't have it in their business to stay in touch. They have, what we like to call in our coaching business, four pillars of business. So you need to have four different areas that you concentrate on to maintain and or grow your businesses. So you might focus on circle prospecting. It might be open houses. It might be um, lead generating off of, your husband's employment, whatever he does. My he's a contractor, so to speak. So I go to a lot of events with him, hooking up with different contractors. It might be contractors in the plumbing trades, HVAC, that kind of thing. Different things like that. So that might just be what you do, and you're maybe just really dealing with new business all the time. But for those of us I've been doing this now 26 years, and for those of us who really stay in the referrals of our existing business, you can live your whole career through just referrals. You don't need to necessarily be always focusing on new business. You need to do that as part of your business, but really having your business through your referrals, your top 50, you can constantly be bringing in business. So what we
So
do
Jackie,
is,
can I ask you a couple of questions about that?
please
Because
do.
I have seen and heard a lot on this topic recently that's been making me think a lot about it and pay attention to it more.
Yep.
Um, so there are some people that will say, the right split of new leads coming into your business versus referrals coming into your business is, and they make up, they'll say a number. They'll say your business should be 80% repeat and referral. I've heard other people recently saying it should be 80% leads. If it's 80% repeat and referral business, that just means you don't have enough new leads coming in. I've heard people say that the repeat and referral business can protect your business from an economic downturn. It can insulate you from that. And then I've heard people very recently tell me, if you get really good at bringing in leads, and then you also have the referrals coming in, that is what will protect you from any kind of economic troubles. What's your take on all of that debate?
So I'm kind of a generic girl. I'll just go right out and say that. I don't believe in necessarily spending a lot of money on what you should be able to do naturally. I don't have a problem with just going out and talking to people and just getting my own business. Now, I do believe that if you are new in the business, you might have a story that you're telling yourself that you don't know anybody and that you need to buy leads or you need to pay for a system to try and get the business to get things started. Again, I think that's a story you're telling yourself or a story you've heard other people saying. So if you want to pay for leads, you can do that. But people have based their entire businesses, their entire long careers on what they call 8651. And that is basically a principle that says that you can do 86 deals based on the top of 50 people, the 50 people you know in 1 year. So, and we teach that and preach that, and that's what we do. I mean, you can literally do that. Now, is 86 deals in a year a pretty good business? I'd say so. I think that would make most people pretty happy. It would make people very happy, in fact. So you can do that. Anybody can do that. And that's really what this referral and appreciation and staying in touch campaign is all about. It's just staying in front of these people because at any given moment in time, you don't know when they're going to think of buying, selling, or investing in real estate or who they're going to be talking to that is thinking of that. There's a rule called the Dunbar 150, and what the Dunbar 150 is if you Google that, it's a pretty cool little known fact that everybody you know knows 150 people really well. You know their names, you know a lot of facts about these people, and as you go beyond that, you don't know too much about them. You might be able to capture their name, but you don't know enough information about them. But if you think about it, a lot of people will say, oh, open houses they're not worth doing. They're just not important. And I challenge you on that. We do open houses. My team does open houses. Everybody's required to do open houses. And people will say, well, why? It's just, you just do them because you're trying to get a lead. There's no benefit to the seller. And that's just, again, those are just stories you're telling yourselves. You got to think about it. Even if one person comes through, that one person, you guys, knows 150 people. And again, those 150 people know 150 more people. So it's just one person that is going to just vastly, potentially change your business. And if you can put a good impression out there, you're going to have potentially huge changes to your business. If that one person is the next door neighbor that's just coming to see what kind of a job you're doing because they might list their house, think of what that's going to do. You just don't know who that one person's going to be and how that could just change your business. So you got to think big with this and not just be so small in your mind and think about what it's going to do for you. It's going to do a lot for you. I've had the craziest things happen. You can't make these stories up. You just can't.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I like that. I
yeah,
like that take. Yeah, like I said, I've been seeing and hearing so many conflicting pieces of advice on this topic.
you're
I
always
just
going
wanted
to. It's going
yeah,
to be what you want to believe and what story you're going to truthfully tell yourself. Everybody's
but
going
it's
to
a
have a difference of opinion.
it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Because you can make leads work. It's
You
just a
can.
different strategy. And
Mhm.
if that's what you like doing, more power to you. But
Yep.
if you like getting 50 clients, really loving on them, taking care of them like you do,
Hmm.
that's a different way. That's a different mode of being.
At the very same breath, I will be completely honest, I do buy Zillow leads, and some people right now are so very mad at Zillow, and I don't fault anybody for that. I can appreciate that. But at the same time, I buy Zillow leads and I have ginormous success with them.
Hmm.
And my ROI is very, very good. In fact, last month I had a Zillow lead that I ended up writing a new construction deal with him for $975,000, and we built his house and we sold his house for 370. That's a Zillow
Hmm.
lead, and that's just crazy. I mean, who would have thought you get $1.25 million from a guy off of Zillow? You'd think that guy was so plugged in with the realtors and all that kind of stuff, but he was just the nicest their family was the nicest to work with,
Hmm.
and he'll probably be a great refer for me. That paid for Zillow for probably the next 10 years if they play nice in the sandbox. you
Right.
know.
Okay. Well, thanks for, sorry, didn't mean to derail you there, but
No
that's really
derailing.
helpful information.
Yeah. So the 52 week then, I can jump back on that. When you're looking at working on your existing folks, if you want to stay, whether it's business, you got to decide who these people are that you want to work with. If they are what one would call your sphere of influence, which means it could be family, it could be past clients, it could be people that we do a lot of work with Michael Mayer's book called The Seven Levels of Communication. It's a great read, you guys. Dale is on it too. It's a great read. They have it in the bound version that Dale was holding up, and then they have it in the spiral version where it's tabbed. It's a little bit different. It's basically the same book, but just has a little bit more of an action guide in it. But he's got some really wonderful programs, and this 52-week plan is what he has given us. I attended a book club of his and attended a couple of different seminars of his, and I'm a big fan. And so this is something that he had put together, and we have created our own 52-week plans a few years in a row now, where we've changed our events that we have held during the years. And it's really easy to follow, and you can create a workflow out of that. And that's something that we have been working on and tweaking and retweaking it. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not quite finished, but we are going to have that finished and available for sale for you. It should be ready by the end of the week, but I don't have it quite done yet today, and I do apologize for that. We had a little derailment on it, but we will be done and ready by the end of the week for you. So you got to hang
Yeah,
on to that.
yeah, Jackie actually has a very good excuse for being a little behind in the last week or two here.
Uh,
I won't necessarily go into that, but you have a
yeah,
good excuse, trust me.
thank you.
So I just want to ask everybody watching right now, when you see this 52-week plan here on the screen, so this is Jackie's 52-week plan. You can see winter, spring, fall, summer. What is your initial reaction to this? I know everybody's going to have a different reaction. I know some of you listening have done really well at client appreciation events. Some of you are not there yet, haven't done any. Some of you have only followed up via email, text message, social media with your past clients. Maybe you'll go to lunch with one or two of them here and there. But I want to know what everybody's thoughts are when they see this. Does this seem like a lot to you? Does it seem amazing? Does this encourage you? Does this make you feel guilty? Put it in the chat there in GoToWebinar. I want to see what everybody's initial thoughts are. I just want to help us feel out the audience today, because sometimes we get a mixed bag. So I'll just give you guys a few minutes or a few seconds here to respond. Just in a word or two, what are your initial thoughts? I mean,
Annette says overwhelming. I was
yeah,
overwhelmed. I'll just tell you the story. I was overwhelmed at first when I saw this. I'm a high DI in my disc profile, so um, I don't know if any of you are big followers of the disc. So a disc profile just kind of breaks down your characteristics and um, tells you a little bit about your personality. So those of us that are very entrepreneurial, we're not detail oriented. We don't slow down for the specific tasks and follow rules. I'm a big old rule breaker. I don't drive the speed limit, and I don't cross my T's and dot my I's. I think rules are there to be broken and simply guidelines. And I looked at this and I was like, oh, I like the red color. That stands out nice. That's about what I saw. And so when I looked at this, I literally had to take a sheet and just kind of look at a couple of the lines and go, oh, all right, I get it. Oh, I see. There's 52 weeks in a year. So I guess that makes sense. So if I looked at it and just go, what am I supposed to do this week? Okay, so this week our team is supposed to preparing a mailer. Perfect. I can look at this week and just see that I'm supposed to be doing that. Um, and then what's really amazing is when you have a team, or if it's just you, that's okay. This is perfect for just you, because you're going to be able to look at this and go, all right, so now next week, if you want to look ahead, I need to finalize my invites and do sponsor calls. So you know what you've got to get things prepared for the next week, so that you have these things ready. You have maybe the people that are going to be helping you do some of these things, so that you can be a step ahead, so you don't wake up on Monday morning going, oh, holy cow, I have to do this. I didn't know I had to do this. But you do these things ahead of time. So like right now, it's when we start rolling into September, we're getting our next year's 52-week plan spelled out. So we're starting right now to get things ready. We're going to be having our business planning meetings where we're going to be setting goals. We're going to be getting all this done so that by the end of September, we have our 52-week planned out for next year, and we have our business plan all prepared for next year. So our goals are set, our 52-week is set. We know who is going to start out as our as the people we're going to be doing as most of our events too, and then that's going to grow. So you decide. Some events you might have more intimate settings on, and some of them go much bigger. Like our movie event, you might invite 500-600 people out of your database too. We had, for example, we had the Han Solo event when that movie came out. We had invited quite a larger crew to that. It was a kid-friendly movie as well as an adult-friendly movie. Um, we had the lightsabers that we gave out to people, and we had a really great turnout. And then, as it turned out, we got some deals off of it, and we've got a couple pendant sales that have happened because of that already that came on and went off. And it was only that movie came out only like a month and 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So, you just decide what you want to do. We're
Yeah, no,
preparing. Go ahead.
the thing about doing all of this stuff, the thing that I love about it, when I've done stuff like this, it makes you feel vulnerable. For some of us, feel very vulnerable doing things like this. It's putting yourself out there, and it takes courage to put something together, and it takes time, and it takes money. But there's a lot on here that doesn't take that much money and that doesn't take that much time, as long as you plan ahead.
Yep.
And I'll say that when you get out there like this, just start talking. It just makes you talk to more people. You will get more business. No doubt. That's unquestionable, 100% guaranteed. You do things like this, you will get more business.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things too. Those of you who have attended, I know we've had quite a attendance with our Pop-by webinars that we've done with you, and those are also in the library. The Pop-bys are very simple. If you don't know what those are, that's just popping by, stopping by somebody's house with a little trinket, a little something of value, and then having a conversation with people. It's just stopping in and saying, hey, just checking in, and wanted to bring you, like this time of year, it's really fun to stop in with local apple orchard things that are coming up, fall festival things. We had county fairs that were going on. 4th of July time, we had made a sheet that showed all the different places that were shooting off fireworks in the local communities. And then on the backside, we had a market snapshot just showing how the neighborhood was faring with days on market, list to sale prices, and if inventory, where inventory was sitting as compared to last year, so just giving them a real quick snapshot. And then of course it was branded, and call us if you're looking for market information. And people just appreciate that. And we've been doing this now for a few years, and it's gotten to be where the areas that we farm and our regulars that we go to, if we don't show up, we get phone calls, we get emails, they're texting me saying, hey, you didn't stop by this month, or everything okay, we miss seeing you, stop by, the coffee's always on, and pretty soon people are wanting to know why you didn't show up, why'd you bail on them this month, which we never expected, so that's always fun. But you really are becoming a source for them for the something of value. They're like, hey, we didn't get our I think this year now, I think it was last year, somebody asked us, they didn't know where to go get their pumpkins because we didn't do the place to go get your pumpkins. We didn't do that last year because we were getting ready for a big, we did a pretty big blowout for a Pie Day event, and we didn't do our pumpkin drop-off. We had little miniature pumpkins, and we didn't do that with a thing that we tied around to where to go get your pumpkins that year. So you'll become the know-it-all for these kinds of things.
It becomes anticipated.
It is, yeah.
So Gloria says, what if you don't have people to help or money to get people?
And that's the thing. It doesn't have to be about money. It doesn't have to be, you can do this where the people come to you. Okay, so like our pie event, I don't remember I don't remember what came. I don't know. I think I was blessed with the gift of it was busy. It was chaotic. I was a sweating mess. They came to us. And so we put all the invites out. We did bomb videos. We did really fun marketing pieces. It was all part of our workflow. And everybody came to us. We had the place all decorated up with fun stuff that the office had. So I don't know if you have an office that has fun decorating. You can get decorations pretty inexpensive, even if you ask family members. Yeah, right. And just make it fun. We had bales of straw. We had scarecrow stuff.
And you can get two bales of straw for $10. And
yeah, right.
Stack them like this. Put a pumpkin on there.
Yep. And here's the crazy
dollar
thing.
Store hangers.
We have a whole room in our office that is dedicated to after season Jackie Goes Bananas shopping. And so, like Valentine's Day, I have like boxes and boxes because next year we're having a Valentine's Day dance for kids. And so we're giving the parents a night out for dinner. We're not paying for it, but we're giving them a little coupon for dessert to go to these just to go get a nice dessert somewhere. And we were thinking about giving them movie tickets, but we decided it was maybe going to be too expensive. So we're going to do something for fun for dessert. And then the kids are going to come, and we're going to get a room at like the community center, and we're going to invite them to drop their kids off. We're going to have a bunch of high school kids that are going to be there, and they're going to be going to play basketball. We're going to have a dance, and we're going to have all these games where I went to Target and Walmart, and I bought, literally thousands of pieces of Valentine's Day stuff that they have. So they're the horns, they're the bubbles, they're the playing cards, they're magnets, they're those balls with the paddles, they're where you throw that ball up and try and catch them in cups, there's stickers, there's stencils. So there's all kinds of prizes that they're going to play for, and it's going to be a blast. So you go after the holidays and after Christmas, after Halloween, and you buy all this stuff for next to nothing. And you have it for decorating for the next year's events that you want to do. Doesn't help you maybe for this year, but you can do that. And garage sailing, I don't know if that's a big thing where you are. In Minnesota, it's a big thing. So I pick up stuff for nothing everywhere I go. And help, we do things where we have, depends on what I'm doing, but I'm a fan of working with the schools. So we have, like when there's events that I need some big help from, I go to the football and the hockey coaches and I ask, all right, give me some of the players. What do you got? they'll come out and they'll help me move and set things up depending on what I'm doing. We'll do like a party in the park type of thing where we have some big blow ups and tables and tents go up. Those guys are helping us. Um, I guess, it kind of depends on your event. We do simple little things. One of our events that we do is I Love You a Latte. I Love You a Latte is you can go to your local coffee shop, not promoting anybody, but like a Caribou or a Starbucks, and you can give the folks there, you could give them $50, whatever you want to do, $100. Someone does sometimes, and you can just say that you want to pay for $100 of the next people that come up to buy a coffee, and you just sit in the corner, and when people come up, they buy their coffee, and they're gonna get it paid for, and they'll ask, well, who bought that? And they can just say, well, the gal over there in the corner. And they usually will come over and thank you for the coffee. And they'll be like, well, thank you so much for doing that. Well, hey, I just wanted to get the folks coming in a coffee and just wanted to see if there was anything I could do to bless your day. And wanted to tell you thank you for being a part of our community. I work at Keller Williams and just wanted to say if there's anything I can do or anybody looking to buy or sell or invest in real estate, we're here. But just really want to tell you and help you start out your day with a blessing. That's all. And it strikes up the craziest conversations. You just don't know. And we don't go branded. We don't go logoed. We don't do any of that. And it's just super fun. You just have, and then I turn around and ask them for their card and ask, what kind of business are you in? And what kind of a referral are you looking for? Who can I send your way? What matters to you in your business and in your day? And is there something I can do to serve you? And it's just awesome. That.
Yeah. Okay, so April had a quick question. April's new to Realvolve. Hello, April.
Welcome.
Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah.
If you want to find those workflows, and by the way, April, I can have somebody reach out to you if you need additional help. But if you go to the Workflows tab here in your Realvolve account, and then you click on the plus, add workflows from the library. Here's the library. So there's both premium and public workflows. So here's Jackie's are these rescue, RESCU. So if you type in rescue there, oh no, actually I don't think that. This is to search your existing one, sorry. But yeah, it's just here under R. They're in alphabetical order. So the Pop-bys she was talking about are right here, January to December. There's 24, there's 2 per month options. Some of them are really, really, really inexpensive. So.
And Rescue, just so you guys know, that's a business we have. It's Real Estate Service Center Unlimited. So abbreviated, it just spells rescue. So that's what that's about.
Cool. So tell us, so I guess we're in right now, like week 35.
Yeah, so this particular 52 week doesn't have, we switched it up and we're doing the You've Been Boooo'd event. So the You've Been Boooo'd event is pretty fun. So we actually picked this up from the company that I'm a real estate coach with. Some people may have heard of it. It's also, we do it also at around Easter time, and it's a You've Been Egged. And so the You've Been Boooo'd, You've Been Egged, it's an event where we actually go to people's homes and we have, there should be another version or another attachment that was sent. Dale, I'm not sure if you know exactly where it might be, but it's of the signs that go in the yards. The We've Been Boooo'd sign, it's with an H stake.
I'll see if I can track that down.
Okay. And so what it is we pick out people that maybe are clients that we are trying to get a listing from. It could be somebody that we're just trying to stay in front of because they're going to list in the spring. Maybe they're a late winter listing opportunity. Maybe they're currently thinking about buying and they're on the fence about it, or they're a past client, or there's somebody that is currently buying a house, or they've just closed a house, or they're a sphere of influence party that we're just always doing events with. It can be whomever you wish it to be, but it's just somebody that we are going to have a little fun with. So we are going to boo them. And what it is we have a sign that's just like an H-stake directional sign you would normally put at a corner directing somebody into a street. And it says you've been booed or we've been booed by, and my company name is the Buy and Sell a Home Team. So it says we've been booed by the Buy and Sell a Home Team. And it basically has this haunted house type thing on it. And it's got our logo on it. Yeah, there's a couple of different examples like that booed one there. And it goes in their yard, and then we have those bags you previously saw. This is one for the workman team that does theirs. They have this put on H-stakes in people's yards. And then we have the trick-or-treat bags that we fill with candy. Depending on the situation, we might have some fun Halloween home decor items in it. We could put like some nice little hand towels, Halloween fall hand towels or candles, that kind of stuff in it too. And we deliver that to the home. And if the kids are there, we might get them started. And then on the back side of these bags, we have them co-branded with one of our partners. It could be a lender. It could very well be some of the contractors that we work with, so they absorb some of the cost with us as well. Some of the teams that we've worked with in the past that do this, they actually will go and do some decorating in the yards. They might only pick 15 or so clients that they'll do this with, past clients, and they'll do decorating in the yard. So the previous year, they'll have gotten some really good 75% off or something with Halloween decorations, and they'll kind of go crazy in the yards and do some really fun things. So what it is then is we have a contest. So the what we're trying to do is not only have fun with our clients, but to drive traffic and build up our social media. And so we are trying to get people to like and share our business pages. And so what we're doing is having people go on to our business page, and if they like our business page, they get entered for a drawing for the prizes. So we'll have prizes. They've gotten very extreme on their prizes. Some people have given away, for first prize, they'll give away an iPad. Second prize might be a mini iPad. Some people just do maybe a $50 gift card. They might do, what have I seen other folks do? Right now, last year we we heard someone locally here we had a monster truck jam that was here in Minnesota, so that tied in really cute with the time of year we had, obviously with Halloween. You can really be as creative as you want to do. So first or second prize, and then because we don't want to exclude people and make this, such a special, like, ooh, they got booed and we didn't, what's so special about them, we would also have a coloring contest with it. So we would have I think we might have even sent you, Dale, just a couple of fun Halloween pictures. So for the kids, they could color a photo, or the adults could color a photo, and you could submit the photo, and if they post it on our page, and posted on the page, got one entry. If they shared our page, they'd get 3 entries, and if they shared and liked it or something like that, they'd get 5 entries. And so that was a way that we could drive more traffic to our page and get more likes and shares or whatnot on our pages. So it's been very well received by the realtor communities, and through our coaching company with Workman Success Systems, we've had pretty good luck with the different clients that are using this system. It's been really fun. The feedback is fun, and people take pictures of themselves by their "We've Been Booed" signs, and they're doing just crazy poses, and they're all dressed up and doing funny things with the signs. They'll hang our signs by the trees with kids hanging upside down with the signs, and so then you get all kinds of funny comments. I think it's you post your picture, and you post a picture with a comment. Whoever gets the most comments. So all this will be in the workflow that we'll have ready for you on Friday. But it's people get really crazy and fun with it, and that's what makes it so exciting and fun. It's just silly.
So I love how you make it you give them a reason to share this on your page.
Yep.
Obviously, when you're asking somebody to share your business page, if they're a really close friend or family member, they might just do you a favor and share it. But when you do a fun game like this and then ask them to share, I bet you guys
Mhm.
get a lot of shares.
You will, yeah. You will, and if you the whole thing with this is to stay consistent. So that's why you put a 52-week plan together. When you just randomly throw something out on your page, hey, I listed a house. Well, that's not what your business page is about. You want to be real with it, and you don't want to just be strictly business with it. They're finding more and more that the human element needs to stay inside of our business too, to keep people interested and entertained a little bit. Splash a little of yourself in it. You need to have a little fun. I think through our time together, Dale has realized that I have a little human element in me, and I like to have a good time, and I can be very business and I can be very fun, and I like the two paths to cross a lot. And so you're welcome to go to my page and my personal page and my business. I mean, I bring both into it, and uh, I don't try and hide it. I like to have a good time, and I like to my business does quite well, and my clients know it that I would have a good time with them as well. So I think it's okay to be that way, my personal opinion. But we have a good time, but we get the job done as well.
Yeah, people that like you want to do business with you because of your personality, and that's the thing we can't hide from.
That's
So,
right.
um, I think the moral of the story here is if you want to do better at this kind of thing, having a plan in advance. So you said right now you're already starting to plan your 52 weeks for next year.
Mhm.
Once you get them in there, now it's just there's one thing a week in here that you have to focus on and get done. And I think most of us have probably seen the big rocks demonstrations that Stephen R. Covey does. When you plan those big rocks in first, all the little stuff tends to fall around it and fall in place. So the moral of the story is plan ahead and you will have time to do all of this.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, the last thing you want to do is not plan. I think everybody in real estate knows that you have to be planning in real estate because you just don't know when this business is going to just go off on a wild tangent. I mean, I think we've all experienced right now, it's been crazy. And then all of a sudden now we're in this really weird lull. I have clients around the country, and probably about a month ago, it's taken a very unseasonable dip in our activity. And we're all kind of going, what is this about? And we're not ready for that, and we kind of weren't expecting that. But I'm going to put my little coaching hat on right now and just say, so what? It's our responsibility to not have that, because we need to get off our chair and get our little feet a walking, because it's like that because we're letting it be that way. And my team, we said, oh, no, you don't. And so we are out door knocking and we are out farming and we are on the phones. And now all of a sudden our business is crazy again, because it doesn't have to be that way. It's that way because we've kind of stepped back and we're tired, right? Because this is the time of year that we're getting tired. This has been a crazy spring and summer, and we're exhausted, and we're getting into school starting and whatnot. But this is where you've got to start planning. You're given an opportunity a little early this year to get your plans and to be big with your plans and get in front of people, because the market is going to, this fall and winter, we're all going to be things are, I think, are going to be a little bit tighter than normal, and the winter might be a little cold, a little slow. So we're in Minnesota. We got our long underwear on. So we got to get in the activities, you guys. And so building a 52-week plan, taking a look at your Pop-bys, staying in front of people, and doing some really unique things. Be different. Don't be like everybody else. Don't sit on your chair and make some phone calls and and just sit and wait for that business to call you, because those days, again, I've been doing it for 26 years. Those days where the phones just rang and the business just came to you, they're not right there right now. And I don't know that they're going to be for a while, because business is different, right? It's different, and you got to go find it. And it's a little more feet on the ground. You got to get belly to belly and have conversations with people. And this kind of thing, this planning, I mean, look, I'm not a planner, but you just kind of, these maps are out there. Realvolve's workflows are out there. You don't have to build them. Dale and the crew, they have so many awesome free workflows out there. You don't even have to pay for them. Don't go buying my stuff. Just take the free stuff. They got a ton of that stuff out there. Just start from that. If you're new, I don't remember, did you say Abby or somebody out there is new with the system? Just
Yeah,
take some of
April.
the April, just go take some of this free stuff in the system. It says public on there. Just start with that. And there's so many people in the background that Dale has with the customer service. Just like start picking everybody's brains and get on the Realvolve community. I tell you what, we're all on there. I love reading the questions and putting in my 2 cents, and Dale's on there, John's on there, Mark Stepp and Dave's on there, all these guys that are so brilliant. People, they're all on there trying to help and support. There's so many people on there. Kendall's on there. You'll just love it, and you'll learn so much. There's YouTube videos, but you can just get so much help on there, but stay in the activities that are out on this stuff, and learn
Yeah,
Realvolve frontwards and
and
backwards.
the 52-week plan you said it's going to be in the library by the
Yes,
end of the week. So
yes.
stay tuned for that. Her other workflows are here now. I think this one with the 24 Pop-bys has been our most popular one yet.
Yeah, it's a
But
good
yeah,
one.
there's all kinds of good stuff in here. Movie event is awesome. The listing magic, and there's the listing transaction coordinator with a bunch of contract to close stuff in there. It's all very, very good stuff. And I know April has some really good ones in her account already, actually. So she's all set.
Good job,
All
April.
right, so um, what questions do people have for Jackie before we wrap up here? We're just about out of time. Anybody have questions? It's been a little bit quiet for the last couple of minutes. There was lots of questions earlier.
Yeah, I kind of missed them as they went by too, Dale. If
Well, I
anybody
think
wants to read them.
I brought up the ones that I thought applied exactly, and then the other ones I just kind of answered in text. So sorry to some of you I didn't bring you up. Yeah, any questions that anybody has, we can cover them now. Otherwise, you can email us info@realvolve.com. You can look Jackie up on Facebook. Make sure to join our Facebook community if you haven't done that yet. The Realvolve community on Facebook. It's a Facebook group. We also have our business page too, but the Realvolve group is an amazing community of agents all trying to work on their systems. So there's lots of helpful information in there all the time. People are asking questions. Of course, you can reach out to our support team, support@realvolve.com.
I think one of the
Let's
other
see.
things to mention too, Dale, that is so helpful is when you're in Realvolve and you're whether you're new or not, especially those that are newer though, but tagging people in how you want to when you want to develop your group of people that you want to invite to events or have for pop-bys, you can develop a tag for those people, and then they're easy to remember when you want to bring up the next invitation to things. So we have sphere of influence. I mean, you can just call them pop-bys if you want to have somebody that you always want to be doing pop-bys to. Just create a tag for pop-by and tag those people that you want to be doing pop-bys to. It just depends on how you want to utilize your database. It just depends.
Yeah, what's funny is I used to work in Colorado Springs, so my real estate agent would pop by all the time. I did lots of networking, and I was his top client for a few years. I referred a lot of people to him. And now I'm working up in Denver, and I don't have a network down in Colorado Springs where I live. that's as fresh as it was before. And he only drops off chocolate now like once a year. And I know what he's doing, and it's fine with me. I love it. I was really good at referring people before, so he stopped by all the time. He knew I worked in Colorado Springs. He stayed top of mind with me. Now I'm up in Denver, and I don't have as many referrals for him, but he still calls me, and he still drops by every once in a while, but it's just not as much as it was,
Yeah,
and
and I
that's
heard
fine.
from Kathy Stepp the other day, and she said that she loved the idea of the Pop-bys, and I think she said they'd been at their house for 23 years or something like that, and never once they bought their house, never once heard from their realtor again. So it's like that's a big deal. When people are so plugged into their network at work, that just the volume of people that you don't know what they do for a living. And first of all, if you don't know what your clients are doing for a living, shame on you. You should know because they could set your business up for life, and they could help you just by if you find out what they do for a living, you could find out that, and you could build a team to just take care of some of these people.
Right.
And you need to know your client. And so, but just by knowing that, you can develop that. People can help you get yourself a coach, and then get a system like Realvolve. Oh my gosh, you don't have to invent the wheel on any of this. It's all done for you. I
So
love
if
this
you're
system.
so if you're a new agent um, that has never done anything like this, so pop by is just to stop by. That's to pop in or drop by or stop by. And typically you just have a small item or a gift that relates to the season of the month. So Jackie has 24 of them here, and all the activities and where you find this stuff where you can order it online. And then of course this little You've been Boooo'd event. She's got these bags that she's ordering. And Jackie, you mentioned that you're co-branding the back of it with a partner,
My
with a
lender.
lender.
Hmm.
So talk about that for anybody that's new. So typically, if you don't want to pay for these events out of your own pocket 100%, what do you do? Because I know you do the something similar for your movie events. You get sponsors to help you with that.
Yeah, and our pie day events too. So you have to be very, very careful with RESPA compliance when you're using your lender or your title company for those things. You got to be equally yoked. So 50-50 on your expenditures on that stuff, and you have to share 50-50 of the marketing space. So on these bags, for example, you
The
have to
logos have to
have,
be the same
yep, same
size.
same amount of space, same size. So if we share the back, he or she has to have 50% of the back, and I have to have 50% of the back. So the front is just the cute logoed up thing. And so we do our we've been Boooo'd event. The front, we're doing it so that we're sending ours out on the 20th. So you have your date that you're going to do this is actually the date that this is going to end. And we're sending ours out. We're going to have this done by the 20th so that the kids can actually use the bag as their trick or treat bag. So now they're going to run around the communities with our bags, branding us trick or treat, and here's our bag with our logos on it. And people are like, oh, buy and sell a home team. What's the deal? So they'll be running around showing those. And so make sure that if you're using the title or that you're following your RESPA regulations. If you're doing it with somebody else, like maybe a contractor, you don't have to worry about that kind of thing, okay? Um, so those things, you can get those ordered up. We'll have the links on where we ordered that online. Um, we're actually doing little flashlights that we're getting imprinted with our logos on it too. Those are fun things to put in there. That is also being done by another contractor that's actually supplying those for us. It's an inspector. So we don't have to pay for any of that, but that's going in there. Dale, what was the primary question there? I think I lost it.
How
Um,
do you? I was just asking about getting a sponsor and figuring out
oh,
how to do that. And
yeah. I mean, the
yeah, we had a couple of
sponsors
people asking about details that are new.
on details that are new.
No, they're sorry. The agents are new agents. They're newer agents, and they've never done. So one person said, "I want to do a pie event." The other one says, "When you're doing these, when you're co-branding, how do you get somebody to do it with you?"
Yeah.
So
So
I'd like to do a
really,
pie event for the holidays. Do you partner?
yeah, the pie event. Can you look in the library? Do we have the pie event as a separate one? We don't. We have
No,
that one done as a separate one. So,
I thought we had it in here too, but I didn't see it.
okay.
So we'll have to add that one. Yeah. So there's a movie event package, and I know you had that pie event
Yep.
separate with all of the steps.
Yep. And all the marketing materials, I believe, were in there. Um, so you can either email Dale or you can email me. I'm Jackie at rescue-mn.com, and we'll get that to you. But for sure, look back in the library by Friday. The pie event is the same thing. You know, we have all the details, all the steps spelled out on how you get to the point where you're at the event, who you are inviting to the event. We get our pies all at Costco, Costco, Sam's Club. They're all, roughly. We do two different pie options. We send this out as a Google questionnaire where they fill it out and comes straight back. It comes back in a spreadsheet, so we know is it an apple pie or a pumpkin pie. Those are the two options. It's super easy. We go through all the steps on how to create the Google form. We have the labels on how to make. We tell you exactly which Avery label to use to make the labels that go on the boxes. You can actually ask Costco to not put their pricing labels on the boxes, so they won't do it. You just have to ask them. We didn't know that until somebody told us that. So that's nice, because otherwise when you put your label over it with, like, say, your logo on it or your team name on it or your individual name on it, you could still see the price tag through it. So that was a little tacky, but all you had to do was say, hey, don't put it on there. But like last year, we had gotten 2 pallets of pie, so it was a riot. So you got to think about, how many people you're inviting and how you're going to get them taken from the store, to your location. You got to think about the room size, how the traffic pathway for parking, because we always did this the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, so it would be fresh for Thanksgiving Thursday dinner. So all those details, I mean, we've thought of all the little stuff. So, down to literally what temperature to have the room at, because when you have this many bodies in the room, you got to be careful. We ordered and baked cookies and the table decorations. We had hot chocolate and coffee there for people to mingle and talk, and it was a super fun event. And we played Christmas music. So it's a super fun event.
Yeah. So I think um, your
Which one was
it's in
this?
the Pop-bys event. I mean, it's in the Pop-bys workflow
Oh,
where you have
weird.
the pie stuff.
Okay.
Yep. So here on the end of October, it starts reminding you. October 22nd, it'll remind you to get your list. And yep.
Okay.
So
Well, we can
anyway,
get
but
that
there's
broken
more.
out
Yeah, we
too.
can get that broken out. So
Okay.
any other questions? There's a couple more here. Let me see. Let's see. These are all answered. At Jackie's email, I put it in the chat. So you should see that. Where do you get the ideas for location? Are you going to
So,
send the recording? Yes, we'll send the recording out to
so
anybody that registered.
the location, we have through our office at our real estate company, we have some training rooms, some big conference rooms that we have available. So if you just check with them and see what's available, a lot of agents aren't around working on the Tuesday, the week of Thanksgiving. Uh, we're working, but nobody else is. So it was super easy for us. Every year, it's super easy for us to reserve the room. We reserve it for the day, and people just know that we take it regularly. But if somebody wants to have a meeting in there, they're welcome to do it. It's cute as heck in there, and I think only one time somebody has done that.
Mhm.
But they have cookies and coffee while they're doing their meeting. The tables are still in there because that's where we have everything set up on. So check that out. Otherwise, I do know like some of the other people in our company that do pie events, they've actually had it at their churches. They've actually been able to do that because it's sort of a random day that not a lot goes on. Some of the, I don't know what your grocery store brand names are where they are, but a lot of grocery stores here have like mezzanines up above that are rooms for entertainment. They have conference rooms up above there that they've been using. Cub Foods is a big chain where we're at, and they have some of these events up there. So check at some of those places. Some of the restaurants have now they're having, private rooms that have space for this kind of thing, and they love to host these kinds of things because it brings in after flow traffic where they stop and maybe have an appetizer or whatever. So a lot of those places will let you in for a cheaper fee to have their meeting rooms reserved for you. Just got to
Great,
ask.
great feedback.
Yeah,
Great
really good
advice.
questions.
So anybody else have any other questions? We're about out of time, so I was going to wrap it up here. If you have any questions that you didn't get to ask, or if you think of something else, shoot us an email, info@realvolve.com or jackie@rescue-mn.com, and let us know and we'll help you out. If you're interested in any of these workflows that we already have, you can email Jackie or us. We can take care of you on that. And then stay tuned for the 52-week plan workflow that'll be in the library toward the end of the week there.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. Any final words, Jackie?
None. Just get in those activities, you guys. Don't let the market tell you how you're doing. You just get out there and you drive that market to be what you want it to be. So you can do that.
Thanks for joining us, everybody, today. Stay tuned for the next one. We're trying to do a webinar every other week or so, and hope you enjoyed it. We hope you enjoyed it. Give us your feedback. So shoot us an email.
Yeah.
Let us know how we did and what you want us to cover on the next one. We'll talk to you all on the next one. Bye for now.
Sounds good. Thanks, you guys.